Alright. Seems like we do have ourselves a game. And it will be Jellyfish Necklace versus our savior Gandair. We are just waiting on the players to get into the lobby. We are just waiting for them to do their last minute shuffling. And then we will begin the picks and bans. Hopefully, game works out really well and we get a good show. I gotta say though, the last couple of games were really fast. And
Sauron really showing that they're one of the best teams in Dominion, sweeping through even the best and most experienced teams.
yeah, and we are just waiting on Man's team to all join in, and both of these teams I actually know really well. I actually do know these teams both really well. Like, they're all really good friends. And hello everyone in the chat. Hamster? Oh, hamster. Who wants the hamster? Strippy gets the hamster. He gets the hamster. Here we go.
Alright, the hype.
Alright, and we will get into the lobby, and hopefully we are ready to do the chat bans. I will bring down this. Well, I have to re-edit it, but we will get into our lobby and just let them know, I guess, if they're ready to do chat bans. Okay, wait, could you leave so that, they could, okay. Okay. Seems like they just had some difficulties and they needed to put Clever Advisor at top, I'm guessing. Oh wait, how are you joining? Oh man. Ah, they didn't think this through. Okay.
In the game name.
Yeah, it's a DD round 3 match.
I'm gonna assume the password's pod. Oh god. What could the password possibly be?
Oh, I better put up the pregame. Sure. Alright. Alright. That's the password. Alright, seems like everything's now good to go. Alright, and there's the password. No namer. Okay, and hopefully we are ready to go right into chat bans. Everyone ready for chat bans? Now this is still the round of 8, guys. We are approaching near that semifinals match. We will tell you guys the teams that have qualified already for the semifinals, and once we do, we will hopefully get a game right away as fast as we can. Meanwhile, for that, we do see Kassadin being banned out, Taric and Teemo being banned out from No Namer's side, and Last band coming out for Jellyfish Necklace.
And here we finally have the Gems band that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Taric, Teemo, and Kha'Zix being all banned out. And do you have the chat bands ready? Everyone has chat bands. F the Gems way. And alright, Circle has the chat bands. Are we good to go now? Okay. Now both these teams, they're pretty. I know them both really well. And some of them I know them a bit more of, but we do have the chat bands. And here we go. Let's quickly talk about them. Kassadin is always a band that we do see a lot of commonly. Taric, we did touch on it earlier on before, but Taric has that great armor aura that gives armor to all his allies and is a great shred to the enemies. Teemo being banned out as well. We all went over Teemo and excuse me, just had a little burp of water, but Teemo provides excellent vision of the entire map, and Kha'Zix being banned out finally, and we do know that Kha'Zix has tons of potential burst damage. Your overlay is too high. Guys, I said it many times, I cannot fix the overlay. The screen resolutions are different for everyone. I do apologize, guys. It's
basic bans coming out from blue side. Swain ban, that's a very special one. They're scared of a late game monster that could potentially go bot and top. Or they're potentially
oh, wait, did I just fix
target
it?
banning someone from blue team.
I did it! I fixed it! Yes! Woo! I fixed the overlay! I finally fixed it! Yes! Time to celebrate! Time to celebrate!
Now this is just perfect. All the other games, they weren't so great. This is the real game.
Now
Overlay's
this is
fixed.
the real game. This is the real game.
The hype.
Alright, let's quickly go over the bans, and I guess you can handle the picks. Talon being banned out, Nidalee being banned out, Jayce being banned out, all great potential picks, and oh man, now I feel good. Nidalee, great poke. Talon, amazing burst damage. Jayce, poke, and blat, as I do say so myself. Purple team bans, Zyra, Swain, Leona. Swain being a target ban, I forgot who plays Swain on Jellyfish Necklace.
Not worry about that, but since first pick prioritized a brand, maybe they're going for an oven, they let Wukong go through.
Wukong being
As
let
we
through.
all know, Wukong has a very strong ulti and passive. If depending on how many champions he meets in a certain radius, he gains free tankiness, and that's not something you want in Dominion, since battle champions are one of the best here. Lulu getting picked up as well. She provides a great synergy with Wukong. Wukong's ultimate provides AoE knockup, and along with Lulu's ultimate, it's another whole second of knockup, also making him tankier, which synergizes with the bonus armor and magic resist he gains from his passive.
Yep. And now blue team, they're highlighting over to Varus right now. Varus, never mind, it is going to be highlighting over Annie. Annie, a great pick, a lot of AoE stun, has amazing burst, and can be a real nuisance. Jarvan,
Now, blue
great
team is going for a super oven. Usually we see only one person providing the heat and one person creating the oven, but blue team, they want to set up mega ovens. They have Annie and Brand. They'll have to give up a... Oh, no.
oh, aw, I wanted to see the burn, baby burn. But we do see that Renekton now being the trolling, and it is
Oh.
the burns. We are going to have the burns. The
See,
Swain
the
ban.
croc could have worked in the brick oven. He'd be baking the cookies. He'd be right in there pounding. Everyone.
All we need is that Morgana skin now. I forgot what it's called though.
In fact, we could call that the furnace. They are making
They're creating the
Christmas
furnace.
ornaments. They are creating Christmas ornaments.
There we go. And we
For
do
them
have the
kids.
tree now being hovered over on purple side with LeBlanc. LeBlanc does get locked in. LeBlanc, as we all know, LeBlanc is really annoying to deal with, but amazing champion burst. If you think about it, she has amazing mobility with that jump, with her jump. She has a great lockup potential, as well as that burst from her mimic and her Q. It's just insane. Combine that with what, a BFT, maybe a void staff.
Now, if Man locks in Maokai right here, top lane will have lots of magic damage unless they bother to send LeBlanc bot, which is very unlikely. She works there, but preferably I assume she's top.
Yes,
But
and
with Wukong, he has a very good shred on his Q. However, if he's the only AD source, it's not gonna benefit.
yeah, and thanks to Kha'Zix for giving me the skin for the Morgana that is the baking one. It is Sinful's suck. I can't read. I can't read it, but it's Sinful something Morgana. That's all you need to know, guys. Just search it up yourself. But yeah, we'll quickly go over the last two bans from Purple Team. As I was talking about the Swain ban, but Zyra and Leona, great lockup potential, AoE, and we do see that if Monster SS4 locks that in, we are going to be in for a treat, guys. This is a real treat right now, actually. Monster SS4.
Sinful Succulence Morgana.
Succulence.
Here we go.
Thank you, Gandair. Thank you, Gandair, for the help. But 4 seconds left. If we do see Monster lock in that Heimer, we're going to be in for a treat, and it gets locked in. Oh, this is going to be a good bot lane match.
Heimerdinger+Amumu.
This is going to be good.
Coming in from Edward from Gambit Gaming.
Yeah. And we do see Amumu being locked in now. Amumu, great ult, amazing tank, and Olaf being highlighted by Romantic Metro. I don't know
I'm
that
very
much.
scared of Blue Team's team comp, but however, Purple Team has a very good counter to it. For Blue Team's pick off and break off into work, they have to control the jungle so that they strike first, they engage first, or else Maokai will be able to set up his ulti, and Wukong gets to start spinning, everyone's doing AoE, LeBlanc might be able to take out someone before the fight even starts. I'm not sure if Blue Team will be able to control the jungle strong enough to apply their advantages.
Yeah, with Maokai being able to sapling, and the Olaf does get locked in for Romantic Metro, Maokai's saplings is just going to provide more vision than what Blue Team can have. But if we think about this team comp from Blue Team, they have a really good team fighting comp, and if we see Jarvan getting crucial knockups, like the key knockups, with Annie to follow up with the Tiberstun, and then Brand with that Pyroclasm, they're all gonna burn to death, practically. But on Purple side, we do have the mobility and the pick potential with that LeBlanc, as well as the shred and the damage reduction from Maokai's ult and the shred from Wukong. It's going to be really close at the top lane fights. But for the bot lane, who do you think would go bot lane for Purple Team?
I'm guessing it's going to be Olaf. Olaf is a very strong bot laner, and he is one of the champions who can crush Heimerdinger while ignoring the turrets. In fact, he could probably crush the Heimer turrets before aiming for Heimer.
Yeah, but we're in for a real treat. I mean, this is Monster SS4's Heimerdinger, and I don't know if you guys have seen Monster SS4 played Heimer bot before, but I am amazed.
The overlay. This is the real game.
This is the real game. We got the overlay. We got the overlay working. We got Monster SS4 on that Heimerdinger at bot. We got a great game coming up, guys. So hopefully we are going to be able to provide a great show. Now, let's quickly talk about, what could we talk about for 2 minutes?
Oh, we could talk about a lot. Now, here's one thing. They have a lot of magic damage up top lane, and on purple side, they have very little AD damage. However, if purple side can shut down Jarvan and just build magic resist, blue team's gonna really need to rush Void Staff because magic resist is cheap. Although there are very little options, if they can rush it first against a burst AP comp, it's gonna do them good.
Yeah, and I'm just now. I was quickly checking over on the promotion scene, and so far I heard it is 1-1 between the Walking Zed and Coast. Now I'm not sure. I will keep up with you guys if you guys do watch it, but let's just keep an eye on everything else going on.
But as we all know, Dominion is the hyped and best game mode. Now, let's...
Oh, Gandair just says things to mention. We should mention about, let's see, Snowdown, the Snowdown champ skins. Who here has the Snowdown skin in the chat?
Not me.
Why not?
Because...
Come on, Snowdown skins are so good. Who has
Okay,
it? No one cares about LCS here. This is Dominion. That is right. This is Dominion. But but yeah, if you guys did not know, Snowdown skins are now out. You guys should go check them out. They're pretty amazing. Hopefully Clever Advisor has that Lulu skin that just came out. I would like to see it.
Oh, and just another note, in case some of you are just tuning in. Twitch has a 30-second mandated delay, and for viewer interaction, we might not see your comments immediately, but hopefully it won't be that much of a problem.
I think Gorm's like telling us relax. Nah, we're getting hyped up. We fixed everything. Everything's good a bit. Now we are just about to head into the game. Hopefully we are able to actually get everything really
The hype. Gorm, I'm not sure why you would want to calm down the hype. This is one of the most hyped up games tonight. Overlays
Silent
fixed.
Knight Sona is the only skin
Monsters
worth buying.
Heimer.
I think yeah, Silent Knight Sona is probably the only one I've bought so far. Clever Advisor does not bring to us
And
the
we have a
hype.
game with no Snowdown skins at all.
No. But yeah.
Someone buy the poor man a skin.
Yes, I am reading this. Oh, I'm gonna mess up your name. I can't. I'm gonna mess up. He even wrote out how I'm supposed to say it. I am trying to look at. I have to even. Kha'Zix. If I screw up, I'm gonna be mad. It's a Kha'Zix. Let me see. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna feel so bad. I feel so bad.
I think I know who he was trying to refer to.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be mad at me for not getting it right.
And no one gives a gems. Here we have purple team and blue team loading in. Hopefully we see a cleanse on Olaf. There's a lot of stuns on the opposing side. In fact, I might believe that Romantic Metro might be going top since there's so much CC oriented top lane.
Kha'Zix. Trippy says that's how I'm supposed to say it. I'm not sure. Remember, there is that delay that Twitch implemented, so it's kind of hard for us to interact with the viewers. But let me quickly introduce our teams. On the blue side, we got Jellyfish Necklace, Circle Phoenix on Brand, Darker Sticks on that Jarvan, DPS Mistakes on Annie, Monster SS4 on Heimerdinger, and BestHeimerTX on Amumu. Meanwhile, on the purple side, we got Eagle37 on Wukong, Romantic Metro on Olaf. We got Clever Advisor on Lulu, No Namer on LeBlanc, and Man's Man on Maokai, and they are playing for our savior Xander.
Here we have some banter going on. Typical starts going out, except for Maokai going another standard Rod of the Ages rush. Prospectors and boots all around for the rest.
Yep. And hopefully, yeah, and everyone's now correcting me about how I say the name, and I do apologize. I guess it's because of my fobness.
Learn your gems.
the one thing I could say is gems. And yes, I did show to KDA. Don't worry, I got it. I got it under control, guys. I got it under control. Yeah, but what I'm expecting bot lane, we're gonna see a lot from Monster SS4. This is gonna be a lot.
Now, I am actually very, very confused. Here we have an Amumu with the summoner name BestHeimerTX, and Monster, I assume Monster forgot to trade with him, because obviously that is a BM thing that Monster is used to doing.
Probably BestHeimer wasn't feeling Heimer today.
Heimer sponsoring the biscuit.
Yep.
Now, for the sake of lack of confusion, I'll be calling all the people by champion names. In case I say Heimer, I do not mean the Amumu named BestHeimerTX.
Yeah, and I will do my best to call out their names, and if not, you'll just hear a bunch of random. But Circle Phoenix does get that nice, I forgot the spell, even though I play Brand a lot, Pillar of Flame, and does stop the capping. A nice chain lands onto DBS Mistakes. A great bandage toss, holds on to man. A lot of CC going on. Heimer is getting really low.
Harass from that.
Does get taken down, and Darkest Six is now being the focus, gets exhausted. Eagle jumps in, gets the Q, and a lot of damage is now being controlled down. Circle Phoenix doing his best to damage all of them. Nice knock-up coming in from Darkest Six. Will he be able to get the kill? No, that is the clone you're hitting, but they do capture the top lane. And they do escape pretty low. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we do see...
Revives time.
Oh, in the top lane, who's revived? Amumu's. There we go. I just caught that. Now we do see that the teams are now devising their plans. Usually at this point in Dominion, when the windmill gets captured, it's time for all the plans to work out. Either you make a gank bot, or you make a play in the jungle, or you force the enemy team to come to their mid and you just create a big fight.
Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. Amumu optimizing with full MR rush, completely neglecting the power of the Wukong, but if they can shut down Wukong before the fight starts, the AP damage provided from the leftover 3 will not affect Amumu.
Yeah, Heimer being taken down though, pretty low, so we're not going to see Amumu in the next fight, but a nice Pillar of Flame actually catches onto Eagle, and they are able to know where they are due to that sound they make. Meanwhile, we do see that they are sitting in the very middle point. Man's man is actually waiting, setting up a great kill onto Amumu. Brand gets polymorph. Brand trying his best, does one more hit, gets taken down in the end, revives our pop, ult goes off onto DBS Mistakes. Mistakes gets taken down by the Lulu. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, we see that Romantic Metro is trying his best to survive against Monster SS4, but the sustain from Heimer is just too much right now.
As dominating as Heimer is in the bot lane, he's very susceptible to ganks. Although when you gank Heimer, you have to be very careful. Once he drops his ultimate turret, it can do massive amounts of damage. In fact, he could probably double kill you 0-2. So when you gank Heimer, you have to be very cautious.
Yeah, and just at bot, we just saw there was a gank that just happened, and Monster SS4 did get taken down by Wukong and Lulu. Meanwhile, while that happened, Annie, Amumu, and Brand making their way up top. A great shift, a great jump away from Brand's Pyroclasm just stops the amount of damage. And now, fighting under tower, a great snare onto Maokai. Maokai being locked up by the Jarvan ult, gets taken up. A great Amumu catches onto great stuns, followed up. And Clever Advisor does get taken out in the end while No Namer is able to run off. And blue team now controls
Blue team has captured
the windmill. And they did get the neutral onto blue team's midpoint. Now this is a problem, because we're going to see another 3-2 cap, and if blue team focuses on this midpoint, they're going to lose the top, potentially. Meanwhile, in the mid fight, there's a lot going on. DPS Mistakes is being focused, gets a lot of damage taken down. No Namer trying to do the faker play, but does not connect.
Yes, we all want to be faker at one point, but
sadly we cannot. Great snare onto Amumu under that turret. Darker Sticks is being focused now, taken very low due to the turret damage and the stuns. followed up, and Amumu and Jarvan both get taken down. Meanwhile, up at the top, Clever Advisor recapping that point, so we're gonna see a potential 4-cap now. Oh, that's sneaky play. Circle Phoenix trying his best. Will he get the stun? Misses the stun, but Eagle is probably gonna wait for him. He's gonna jump back in. Eagle probably gonna look for the kill, and there goes the kill. Meanwhile, blue team is really in a tight situation, not being able to get off their midpoint and having Monster SS4 to fend off bot on his own. This is really not good. Clever Advisor pops the ult, but didn't really have to. Wasn't in range for the turret to get that one hit. Meanwhile, Romantic Metro building that Tiamat is actually matching up to Heimerdinger's pushing speed. And we do see that Amumu is capping the top. Now, I don't know how blue team is gonna get out of this predicament and get their midpoint back or not lose the quest. Wait, could you talk in what you would do in this situation right now?
Now, I would really try to group up and establish dominance over the top lane like they did with the midpoint. However, they'll have to be a lot more patient with what they're doing. Everyone is going one at a time, and with the gap closers that they're using are taking free damage. Amumu, when he queues in, it takes too long for his team to follow up, and he takes lots of free damage, making it very easy to execute him. Jarvan, the same way. Also, whenever they engage, as you notice, LeBlanc and Lulu silence the backline casters. The brick oven has no flames.
Oh, that great snare onto Jarvan. Jarvan is now being the focus. Great Pyroclasm goes off. Hits only 2 right now. Everyone trying their best. Jarvan trying his best lock up. Gets the shutdown onto Eagle. Eagle does go down in the end. And man actually does fall to Annie with that Tibbers. Meanwhile, Clever Advisor and No Name are trying their best to just run off now. But blue team do get their midpoint back, and now they're sitting at a pretty good point.
Relic Shield really paying off. Since they controlled the jungle earlier, they were able to take the Relic Shield without
down at the bot lane
and without trade.
Monster SS4 nearly taking down Romantic Metro. Oh, that rocket nearly killed him.
Now, I still question the pickup of Cleanse from Romantic Metro. So far, he hasn't used his Cleanse in any drastic element of the game. In fact, if he had maybe Ghost, Exhaust, or
No Namer. He chained Tibbers. That's not what he was looking for. He was looking to chain Jarvan, but Jarvan being able to jump. A great bandage onto Clever Advisor. Clever Advisor now being focused by BestHeimerTX. Will he actually go down in the end? No, puts the shield. Chain goes on to BestHeimer, and isn't able to get locked up. Oh, another great bandage, but will this be enough for the kill? Chain lands onto Amumu. Amumu does get taken down in the end. They neutral the point though, so now they can do whatever they want underneath that turret. Eagle jumping in onto Circle Phoenix. Circle Phoenix is now the target. Gets locked up, CC'd, and gets taken down in the end.
Now, I'm not sure why Amumu would engage under tower without an ulti. Just left there standing, crying, and dead.
Oh, will Darker actually be able to make it out? Eagle catching up onto him, gets taken out because of that speed buff. Thanks to Lulu, and that was just an amazing play. Now, you can take a look. They're all backing out. Man's Man tried to get the sapling intra, but doesn't get it in the end.
We're seeing a huge problem that we talked about earlier. Jarvan, like I said, was the only AD source from blue team, but he's building tank. Now, as we see from purple team, look at all that MR that they built up early.
Yeah, we do see the Spirit Visage onto Lulu. We're going to see probably an Abyssal Scepter or a Spirit Visage onto Maokai. And a Merc Treads for Wukong, and wow, deleted.
And here we have Eagle. He landed his Q on Tibbers. No remorse.
Yeah, Amumu just building tank, and it doesn't seem like he's doing that well. He's now being focused, gets BFT'd. Bandages to Clever Advisor. It's trying his best, gets polymorphed into a little raccoon thing, and does die in the end. Meanwhile, Darker actually killing off Wukong, and Man's Man is now stuck in a bad predicament. This doesn't look good, but he could actually do a lot of bursts if his team is able. Yeah, doing enough bursts onto Jarvan. Jarvan now being the focus will get taken down in the end. Hopefully. Oh, just barely survives.
Now, No Namer can chase and stall his recall, but he EQs over the wall.
Yeah, doesn't seem to connect with the Jarvan. Now, we do see that No Namer is quickly, I think he's building up that Chalice for an Athene's, or he's going into that Morello Nomicon. Clever Visor being now to focus does get away. Lulu's speed is really OP. And we do see that Chalice being completed onto No Namer. So we're going to probably see an Athene's and Holy Grail really soon on him, and the potential of a Void Staff.
Now, the longer this game goes, if blue team doesn't get Void Staffs really quickly, purple team can continue to stack magic resist to start the game. Brick Oven doesn't work when your main damage is magic damage and everyone's building MR.
Yeah.
Now here we have purple team diving under blue team's tower, except purple team already very fed, nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and just that dive, Amumu picks up the shutdown onto LeBlanc, but they don't get the neutralize, so onto Clever Advisor. Now that point is going back into purple team's favor, and this is not looking good for blue team. Blue team, they looked strong there, having the turret as a backup, but here comes the turrets. Everything being popped by Monster SS4. He's trying his best, but Romantic Metro doing the right thing, using the TM, the Ravenous Hydra passive, and his, what's his Reckless Swing and Vicious Strikes to gain lifesteal and take down the turrets. It was a great play by both him and Eagle. Having Metro take down the turrets so that Eagle could not get bursted down quickly was an amazing play.
It's a great strategy to gank Heimerdinger. Like I said before, Heimerdinger is very easy to gank, but very dangerous as well. Now, the reason why it's dangerous is because of all the turrets he can summon and the powerful ulti turret he can create, but they decided to send Olaf to one-shot the turret while Wukong decides to chase after the Heimerdinger and successfully kill him.
And down goes Amumu. Amumu gets taken down in the end. Now, if we take a look, bot lane, Romantic Metro did use that cleanse, but I forgot when. But here comes the focus. Clever Advisor getting a nice knockup. Pyroclasm comes out, but only hits No Namer. Meanwhile, while that's going all on, Circle Phoenix is trying his best to do as much damage as he can. Trying to kill Lulu. That should be his focus, not Maokai. They do pick up Lulu in the end, but will they be able to capitalize on top now? No Namer is now healing up. Eagle jumps right in, gets a nice ulti, but it's now being the focus. Trying his best to survive. Gets Jarvan ulti, but just makes it out with that clone. Amazing play.
If they had gone to Wukong, that was exactly what they needed to acquire dominance over top. But now, since Wukong lives, they have to send another member to make sure he can't get away.
Yeah, and meanwhile at the top, this is not good.
One member is not enough to catch Wukong.
Yeah, and that double kill under tower, that was not a great play by blue team. They rushed into it. Meanwhile, Amumu chasing his best. I don't know why he would back out there. He should have just kept going, but this is now a problem. Wukong could now juke him. If Bestheimer does not get this, misses the bandage, he's walking the other way. And Wukong is just now stalling, potentially. Look at this. He's
now,
just
Amumu
stalling.
made the call that he could handle the Wukong. As we saw Brand going, the reason why you shouldn't juke around and stall in enemy territory is because they can send backup to stop you very quickly. However, the Amumu was very prideful. He sent the Brand away, said, "Go top, I got this Wukong," and he gets wrecked.
Yeah, now we see that Eagle is now running down. Jukes back up, dodges, Darkest Six misses the Q, misses the knockup. Wukong is just escaping. Look at this. Completely making a fool of Darker Six, and everyone gets ulted. Lulu ults onto him. Darker Six now being the focus. Will he actually go down? Wukong's still alive. Does live, and oh my gosh.
With the amount of time they spent chasing the Wukong, and the fact that Wukong actually killed the person who was chasing him, the team was able to arrive in time to save him and neutralize.
But does get taken down by the end. Locket is popped. Doesn't seem to be enough shielding. BestHeimerTX tries his best, gets taken down by LeBlanc. Dark Six now being the focus, gets polyed, and he wanted to jump.
I'm not sure what Brand was doing. He was throwing all of his spells the complete opposite way.
Romantic Metro trying his best, but gets taken down in the end. And Well, that's game. That was actually a really good game. Amazing plays from both teams, but purple team does come up top, and we will see our savior Xander move on to the next round. Now let's take a look at the graph. Total damage dealt to champions.
Now, I really want to talk about the after-game comp. You see, even though the early game windmill fight was very close, it was very fun to watch, and all the plays weren't necessarily... Purple team didn't win just by extremely outplaying them. They also messed up with designing their comp. Their only AD damage was Jarvan, so even though initially they lost the first fight, usually they shouldn't be set back that far, but with the gold that they got when they won and the revive that they saved up, they were able to build magic resist, and the next fights they just couldn't win. Snowballed much out of their favor.
Yeah, Darker Sticks, don't worry about the game. Everyone has those bad games. Like, we all have bad games. It happens. Like, you shouldn't worry too much about it. Now, damage dealt, we're gonna... It's alright, wait. Alright. Damage dealt goes to Wukong, just there, like, minuscule damage above LeBlanc in the total damage dealt to champions. Amumu doing... Actually, no. Romantic Metro doing the least amount of damage due to him focusing down the turrets a lot. Now, we'll take a look at the Graveyard Hero, and that will be Amumu coming in over... Whoa. That's a long time spent dead. But it was a great game to commentate over. Don't beat yourself. If you guys should know that if you guys do lose a game, like, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, everyone has their bad days. Don't just like be like, oh, we screwed up everything, all that. Just at least play it out and have fun. All right.
Fun is good.
Yeah.
Especially when your Graveyard Hero, Amumu, sitting crying in the fountain. Someone gift him rewrapped Amumu.
Rewrapped Amumu. He's going to need it. All right. That being said, guys, we are going to go into a quick commercial break. Meanwhile, if you guys do have ad block, turn off ad block, help support the stream out, and we'll be back with the next game just in a few moments. So don't you worry, guys.